Hello, welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Kee. We are live for FC Seoul against Barcelona in a pre-season friendly. Hansi Flick's side heading to where is this? Is this? I assume it's in Korea. I could be wrong, but I think it is in Korea. Of course, it's the Seoul World Cup Stadium from the 2002 World Cup. We should all remember it. And yes, the big news ahead of this one is Jesse Lingard starts. He's the captain. He leads FC Seoul out. Jesse Lingard starts. Marcus Rashford does not. Lingard starts. Marcus Rashford doesn't. Marcus Rashford is on the bench. We'll go through the lineups. And we'll see exactly what we're dealing with here. In fact, I'll put the lineups on the screen. Why not? I'll put the lineups up on the screen. How are we all doing, everyone? I can see the chat's coming in. Just give me a sec. Loads of Europa League footy tonight, Conference League footy tonight. We're going to be covering all of that. Dundee, Hibs, lots of good games on tonight. And I thought, why not? We'll give it a go. We'll do Seoul and Barca. Why not? Lunchtime kickoff. 4 minutes away from it here. So right, here's your lineups. I'll just about put them on the screen. If you're on TikTok, I apologise, I can't show them to you. But if you do want to go and check them out on YouTube, then you absolutely can do. Okay. Right. There you go. There's your lineups for FC Seoul against Barcelona. We've got Kang in goal for Seoul, Park, Kim, Jong and Al Arab at the back. Jong, Anderson, Lee and Lingard in midfield. And then it's a front two of Youngwook Cho and Sean-min Moon. Sean-min Moon up front, who has had a little bit of experience playing in Sweden before this. For Barcelona, it's Garcia in goal, Balde left back, Koundé right back, Araujo and Pau Kabasi at centre back, De Jong and Pedri in midfield with Olmo, and then it's Rafinha left, Yamal right, and Lewandowski starting at centre forward. On the bench, they have Ferran Torres, they've got Marcus Rashford, Inigo Martinez, Gavi, Eric Garcia, Christensen, Casado, Rooney Bardghey, of course, coming in. That's going to be a big one as well for them. So yeah, lots of good players to bring on maybe for Barca. I imagine they'll change things around in the second half. Hansi Flick will probably rotate quite heavily, so I imagine maybe we'll see Marcus Rashford in the second half here. Right, great stuff. Okay, well let's enjoy the game. Chimey, how's it going? Ronnie, good morning, good to see you. LFC fan, how can I watch this game? It's on DAZN, mate. You can watch it on DAZN. Ronnie, can't believe I woke up to United beating Bournemouth 4-1 without Cunha and Mbermo. Mason Mount was the one controlling the midfield in that Bournemouth game. We play so much better with actual midfielders. Yeah, the problem with Mason Mount is he's just always injured, isn't he? I think if you had a decent... Well, if Mason Mount was able to stay fit, it wouldn't actually be the worst one, you know. Worst one to start for United. Look at the commuters with their computers. Go to London, stopping at Shattered Dreams Parkway. Ollie, what are you watching on? I'm watching it on DAZN, mate. It's on DAZN. It's I didn't know Lewandowski's dyed his hair as well. Odd. It's an odd look for him. Not sure how I feel about that. Okay, we are 60 seconds or so from kickoff. Let's get this underway. Marcus Rashford against Jesse Lingard. Ronnie, apparently Cunha didn't play. Apparently he was fatigued. Okay. News to me. Right. How are we all doing on TikTok? Sam, what game are we watching? We're watching FC Seoul against Barcelona. Tom, I don't think we get Isak as Newcastle keep getting rejected by every striker possible. Listen, Newcastle will find a centre forward because trust me, they do not want the outcome of Alexander Isak staying at the club. I promise you, it's not a good idea. They don't want it. I firmly believe that is a really bad outcome for Newcastle, and I honestly I think there's a good chance that they. Well, yeah. Listen, let's not even contemplate that. Newcastle fans, the absolute worst outcome here is that Alexander Isak stays at the club. That is the absolute worst outcome if you're a Newcastle fan. Welcome to Mainland. How's it going? Good to see you. Adam Smales, Newcastle losing. Well, they did lose yesterday. Leon, you know Arsenal v Spurs is on also. I do, yeah. Charmy, working from home today. Early Prem Dad plus a homemade cocktail. Life's good. Cocktail at 12 o'clock? The devil are you doing, man? Oh, well, fair play. Enjoy. LCFC, Leicester are goated. Yeah, enjoy the championship this season, mate. Maybe we'll see you next year. We watch a bit of Leicester this season. It'll be good fun watching a bit of Leicester. I'm only playing. I like Leicester. I don't mind Leicester. One of the greatest football success stories of all time. No, we'll be doing a lot of Leicester. We will be doing a lot of Leicester games this season. So it's all good. Leon, why is that the worst outcome if Isak stays? Because they can't play him. They can't play him. If Newcastle don't sign someone and on the September the 1st, Alexander Isak is still a player at Newcastle, they can't play him. They can't play him. Eddie Howe cannot play him. He can't play him. He cannot play him. Sam, are you doing Palace versus Liverpool in the Community Shield? Yes, I am. Yep, I will be doing it. Mazine, thanks Kee for the stream, by the way. Game is available on Barca official YouTube channel. Cool, nice. D28 Liverpool in talks to take over Getafe with a rumoured £100 million bid. Ollie, what made you go live for this? Thought you were not going on live for this. I wasn't, mate. I wasn't going to. But, I don't know. I just thought... I fancied watching it. I felt like watching it. And I thought, well, if I'm going to watch it, I might as well just go live for it. Why not? Might as well just put it on. And just do it. I mean, it's not... listen, is it going to be the busiest stream? Probably not. No, it's 12 o'clock on a Thursday. So, is it going to be the busiest stream? Probably not. Probably going to be pretty dead. So, I'm not doing it for anyone. I'm just doing it for me. Just doing it for me. I'm watching it. If you want to join, fine. If you don't, you know, it's all good too. But I was watching it and I thought, balls, so we might as well do it. Plus, I quite enjoyed creating the thumbnail. I don't know why. I thought the thumbnail... I'm trying to get better at thumbnails. I'm trying to get better at them. I feel like they're getting gradually better. Still a long way to go, like, they're getting gradually better, so... Ronnie, I'm gonna multitask. I'm gonna watch Arsenal versus Tottenham as well. Okay. Alan, who do you support? I am a Liverpool fan. Alan, I'm a Liverpool fan. But we watch everyone. Yeah. I watch football from around Europe, all over the place, lower leagues. Just love football. Lucas, I don't like Lamin's Hermie. Oh, you do a good job you don't have to wear it then, isn't it? It's a good job you don't have to have it. Shamak, I'm surprised how full that stadium is. Big fan bases. You're surprised how full that stadium is. Why? Razine, Rashi's going to score and expecting minutes for... Who? Leon, the thumbnails are always good. Cheers, man. Thank you for that. Very kind of you to say. Yamal and Lingard just having a little chinwag there, a little chat. Razine, congrats on 5.45k, mate. Hope we hit 5.5 before the season starts. Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I think we'll hit... I'm hoping we can hit 6. I'm really hoping we can hit 6k. But I need you guys. I need you guys to help me. We need to share across platforms for me. Tell people about the community that we're building. That's the only way we're going to get. But yeah, with a bit of luck, we get to 6. Jeremy, United players' attitude changed. Something seems different. Oh, Chimey, come on, mate. Come on. It's amazing how quickly things will change with United. How quickly they go from being get the green and yellow scarves out, get the Glazers out. They're shocking. This club's so badly run. I can't believe how bad things are. To everything's fine. We might challenge for the title this year. Fucking hell, have a day off. Have a day off. Honestly. It's so insincere. Right, we're about to kick off here now anyway. Ollie, predictions for this one. It's a pre-season friendly. I guess you could put, finger in the air. It could be a bit of anything. Who knows? Yokohama F. Marinos took the lead against Liverpool yesterday, and they're 18th in the J League, so who knows? Could go either way. Brawls, did you watch Wolves versus RC Lens? I didn't, no. No, I didn't. Right, we're off here now in Seoul. Underway. Let's get the scoreboard going. Okay, there you go. B. McCarran, very late one last night. Villa played St. Louis, 1:30, got the win. Yeah, it was a 2-1, wasn't it, in the end? Yeah. Ronnie Dodge is the Community Shield next Sunday, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's Liverpool against Palace on the 10th. The 10th of August. And then the day after, Palace find out whether or not they get into the Europa League, effectively. So that's their appeal. Their appeal gets heard the day after. Ronnie Dodge, for me, United just need to try and get back into Europe somehow. Listen, if you get into Europe, it's been a hugely successful season, but I don't think United can make anything beyond... I'd be very, very surprised if United make top 6. Very surprised. I think 7's doable. 7th maybe is doable with a good season. But I'd be very surprised if over the course of a season they're finishing ahead of... Even after how bad Newcastle have had in terms of the summer window and stuff, I still think Newcastle will finish above them. I still think Villa will finish above them. I still think Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Liverpool finish above them. So there's 6. And then, and then it looks like United are competing with the Brightons and the next crop just underneath the Spurs. I mean, Christ, Spurs will be really good. Barca, chance. Straight wide, there you go. Lucas Lambert, can't wait to see Liverpool's kit tomorrow. We know what it is. Alan, I really like the green one, although we're not meant to know. Yeah, the green one is very, very nice, isn't it? It is very... I've seen a couple of little, like, variations on it, though. I've got to be honest. There's some, like... There's some that's got quite clear stripes on it, and there's some that... I don't know, it looks really nice, but there's different ones that I've seen. But I do like the green. I still don't really see, if I'm dead honest, where Marcus Rashford fits into this side. I still think he comes in as a bench player, a squad player, and maybe he's happy with that. Because effectively, that's what he was at Villa, I thought. I don't think he played anywhere near enough last season at Villa. B. McCarran, Marlon is looking very sharp. I know it's only pre-season, but he looks very hungry to start. Well, he's got to, hasn't he? Now that Villa have moved a couple of players on, and maybe Watkins is looking at moving on too, Marlon's going to take on real significance, his role at the club. Ostermore, do you reckon we find out what numbers the new signings have? Yes, Liverpool will find out what numbers the new signings, or Liverpool fans will find out what numbers the new signings have, I imagine, shortly after the kit launch, which is tomorrow. So today is Liverpool's last day, sponsored by Nike. So yeah, 1st of August, we are officially Adidas sponsors again, and I imagine maybe towards the start of the new season, there will be, you know, new news coming out that says Wirtz will be maybe number 7. I imagine if we can get the Alexander Isak deal wrapped up, he will be number 9 to replace Darwin Núñez. So there's all sorts, I think, that could still happen. Quite a few shirt numbers available. Obviously number 6 as well. Number 6, maybe that goes to Kirkes. Does that go to Frimpong? Lucas, I'm never normally interested, but I want to know what number Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkes, Ekatike. I think Wirtz is bound to be 7, isn't he? There's no way Wirtz is not taking that number 7 shirt. Normal guy, how's it going? Good to see you. Bieber Karen, I don't think we're listening to offers for Ollie anymore. Well, I thought there was a chance he might go to Manchester United, but it seems more and more likely that he's going to stay. I agree, because I thought, well, if Newcastle gets Sesko, then United might go in for Watkins. But I think if United get Sesko, which it looks like it's going to be now, I can't see Villa selling Watkins to Newcastle when they're going to be competing with them next season. So yeah, I can't see him getting Watkins. Newcastle will have to refocus their attentions. And by the way, it's looking like Newcastle are going to go for Rodrigo Muniz from Fulham. They've put a bid in, or at least early inquiry in for Rodrigo Muniz, 40 million quid. So maybe it's him and maybe it's Wisser. Muniz and Wisser next year. But that's quite a fall from grace from Isak and Ekatike to Wisser and Rodrigo Muniz. Oh no. Isak is apparently training alone at the old club Real Sociedad. Alan, I think it'll be announced tomorrow, so fans can have them on the kits tomorrow. Yeah, maybe actually. That's probably fair enough. That probably is fair enough. Certainly with Wirtz in the number 6 shirt. Wirtz will get 7, probably Kirkes gets 6, I would imagine. I always think of number 6 as John Arne Riise, so therefore it's left-sided, even though it could just as easily be Frimpong's on the right. I don't know. But yeah, sorry, I do that does make sense. From a commercial perspective, the fans will want to know the numbers tomorrow for the kit launch, so you're probably right. D28, Isak is apparently training alone at Real Sociedad. He is, yes. He is. They've pictured him there today. Lol, Joey, I don't think we sign Isak this summer, to be honest. We'll try again next year. No, mate, I'm telling you, it happens. I've never been more certain of it. I have never, ever been more certain of it. It's absolutely certain that Liverpool sign Alexander Isak. Absolutely certain. Ronnie Dodge, just need United to release the 3rd kit. Is that the black kit? If I wasn't a Liverpool fan, I would love that United black kit. That is a very, very nice kit. I would consider myself something of a kit connoisseur, And I would say I really like that kit, but there's absolutely no way I'm touching it for obvious reasons. Saying that, there's been nice Everton kits over the years. There's nice Everton kits, but I just can't bring myself to own kits by other Premier League teams. Like, I really like the Forest home kit this year. The Forest home kit is really, really nice. But I can't do it. Can't bring myself to own it. Barca breaking forward. Latvian Yamal open on the far side. Should be 1-0 this. Yamal. Easy. Oh, it's off the post. And a tap in for Lewandowski. There you go. 1-0 Barca. 1-0 to Barca. There you go. Get in. They had an overload on the right-hand side. Latvian Yamal picks it up. Smashes it off the post. And then it bounced back and Lewandowski with a tap in. 3-4 yards out. Keeper was down, lay on the floor. But it was all started actually by really, really good work in midfield by... Is it Danny Olmo who picks that up? Who is it who picks that up? I think it is Danny Olmo, isn't it? Yeah, exceptional work by Danny Olmo. Picks it up deep in his own half, robs it off the FC Seoul midfielder, and just breaks forward at such pace, lays it off to his left-hand side, where Latvian Yamal is in loads of space. Yamal has the shot, beats the keeper, hits the post, bounces back out, and a tap in for Lewandowski. Lol Joey, do you think Rio gets minutes this season and not only in the Cups? No, he will only get minutes in the Cups, yeah. He won't get minutes in the league. Unless it's like this season, do you know, where we've got the league wrapped up in like March and we just end up playing the kids for the last part of the season. That might make sense, maybe at that point. You know, we start putting Rio out and stuff, but I don't think he gets minutes. Maybe. I'll be honest, I don't think he starts. I don't think he starts in any games this season. I think he comes off the bench in maybe a few. And that's it, really. I don't think he starts. Ronnie Dodge, it's the black and gold one. It's a homage to the 92 kit. Nice! Charmy Barcelona black Spotify kit was a beauty. I don't mind this Barca kit, to be honest. This one's not too bad. Lucas Lambert, best signing of the season, Kyle Walker. You must be joking. You must be absolutely joking. Zaid, how's it going? Normal guy. It's weird seeing Lewandowski with the colour in his hair. Yeah, I was going to say, I said that just before kickoff. It feels weird, doesn't it? It doesn't look right. Maybe he's just copying Latvian Yamal. Unknown, do you think Gyökeres will play? What, against Spurs, you mean? Oh, I don't know. Isn't that like kicking off? Isn't that about now? Is he on the bench, Gyökeres, or something? It's 12 minutes to kick off. Yeah, Gyökeres is on the bench. Yeah, they'll definitely bring him on against Spurs. Of course they will. Yeah, they'll definitely bring him on. Zard, remember. Sorry, Ronnie Dodge. I hate our away kit, the white and lilac one. It's gross. I hate our away kit, the white and lilac one. Oh, yeah, that's not brilliant. But I thought the black one. What's going on with the black one? I thought it was the black one this season. So if you've got the white and lilac away kit, what's going on with the black one? You're saying there's another one. Is there 4 kits for United this season? That's bizarre. So it says 2-1 to Barca. Nice. Let's see. 12 minutes in. Always a chance. Arsenal have gone fairly strong. They've got Norgard making his debut. Spurs have got Kudus starting. But it's a pretty strong team from both of them, to be honest. Yeah. Mosquera and Gyökeres on the bench for Arsenal. I do think Gyökeres ends up coming on. Yeah, of course he does. Jay, that rain is loud. Or is it raining here? I can't hear it, to be honest. I've not got the audio on. But is it pelting it down in Korea? Ostermog, Norgard, okay. No, oh, Norgard played against Milan, didn't he? I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't notice it. Oh, he played against Milan and against Arsenal. What am I talking about? Yeah, he played against Milan and Arsenal. But this is... Well, okay, yeah. First main test, let's say. I don't know. Rafinha down the left-hand side here for Barca. Good ball in. Just over the bar. Hossam, top 4 Premier League predictions. Top 4 Premier League predictions. Would be... Top 4 Premier League predictions. Top 4 Premier League predictions. I can't see past Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea. Yeah. Can't see past that. Maybe Chelsea finishing ahead of Arsenal. That's the only thing I can think of, really, that might change. But maybe even City finishing ahead of Liverpool. But it'll only be that. It'll only be City or Liverpool. And then Chelsea or Arsenal. There's not going to be any of that. Yamal down the left-hand side. Shot from outside. Great shot. Great goal. 2-0. 2-0. Absolute screamer that from Latvian Yamal. I think the keeper maybe should have done a touch better. But 14 minutes in, Barca are already 2-0 up. This should be a whitewash here. This should be an absolute walkover. Caleb, did you see United batter Bournemouth? I saw United batter Bournemouth, yes. I didn't watch it live, but I did watch the highlights, yes. Joe, reckon Burnley win the league. Hossam, really? I see Chelsea finishing ahead of City, but not Arsenal, to be fair. Oh, Chelsea, mate, I think City finish above Arsenal, definitely. I think Chelsea and City, there's an outside chance, but I can't see Arsenal finishing above City. I just can't. I can't see him finishing above City. MacD, I bet Chelsea finish ahead of City. Hossam, what do you think of Liverpool in pre-season? Is it anything to go off? No, I don't think anything. Honestly, you can't put too much stock in any pre-season games. They don't mean anything. They literally don't mean anything. Normal guy, how do you think Barca will do this season? I think Barcelona probably win the league again. I can't see him. I think they beat Real Madrid to La Liga, but I don't think they do all that well in Europe. I still think they're short. Still think they're a little bit short in Europe. So, yeah, they'll do well. They'll probably win the Copa del Rey, and they'll put a decent run together. I still just don't think they've got enough to really, really challenge the top teams in the Champions League. They've looked a little bit all over the place at different points. Dylan, how's it going, Dylan? Good to see you. Lucas Lambert says Liverpool first, City second, Arsenal third, Chelsea fourth. That seems to be what most people are thinking. And I think that probably is that is the likely outcome, isn't it? It's certainly the likely outcome. Joe, I was getting worried hearing the Sesko rumours yesterday, but Romano saved me. Why? What's Romano said about Sesko? It still doesn't bode well, though, does it, Joe? Still doesn't bode well. I'm not sure I would want Sesko at Newcastle if I knew that he was only really coming because of the money that we could offer. I'm not sure I would want that. I'd be hoping that he would want to come, Champions League, and we're a better project than Manchester United and all that. But it still feels like he's wanting to hear Man United out. Just all feels a little bit all over the place. Joe, he hasn't even said he prefers Man U yesterday. Even Romano said he hasn't made his mind up yet. No, I know he hasn't made his mind up yet, but what I'm saying is, like, why would you? Why would you go to United over Newcastle at this moment in time? The fact that it feels like a whole drawn-out saga. I don't think Newcastle can afford him to go to United, so Newcastle will 100% be offering him more money. Like, Newcastle, the optics, if for some reason he chooses United, would be dreadful. It would be absolutely dreadful. It would be unbelievably disastrous, I think, for Newcastle if Sesko chooses United. It's untenable. They can't allow that to happen. So they have to get to a point where maybe they're offering silly wages. Maybe they're offering absolutely ridiculous wages. Be yourself, Dylan. Favourite football top of all time? Honestly, probably one of these three up here. Probably one of I like the Liverpool kit, but probably one of them. I love Liverpool, love Fiorentina, I love the Ajax kit. PSG kit's quite cool, and I like the Valencia kit. So there's some good. I've got loads of others as you've seen, but yeah, these two probably good choices. Summer Rangers top. I have got a Rangers top, yes. Charlotte in behind here. Really good recovery. Really good recovery that to get it back for Barca. Ronnie Dodge, I think it could go to the last day between Liverpool and City. I definitely think Spurs will struggle in the Champions League. They're probably the first British club out. Oh, I think many people are going to be surprised by Spurs this year. I think Thomas Frank's a much better manager than people give him credit for, and they have got a much better squad than people give him credit for. Got a good bunch there at Spurs. I think they'll be okay. I think they'll finish ahead of United in the league. I think they might even finish in the top 6. So I'm interested to see what happens with Spurs. Lol, Joey, to be fair, you'd imagine it would be an easy decision between Newcastle and Man United, to be honest. Well, I know but you say that, but that's like, is that like a loaded answer in terms of you think Man United should be the easy choice? It's really not all that easy, I don't think. It looks better on your CV, but I think if you were a player, and you were looking at those two clubs on paper, obviously, let's say you're a United fan, I don't know who your allegiance is lied to, but if I'm fairly neutral at least. I haven't really got a horse in the race, but if I'm choosing it from a neutral perspective, I've got those two clubs looking at me. Manchester United, big historic club, huge brand, huge name, looks great on the CV, but a dreadful situation they find themselves in financially, kind of in the mud, in a real hole, just throwing everything at it to try and get out, to be honest. But they've got a really bad track record of investing in the wrong players, just not really being able to. It's been a bad year. It's been a bad 10 years for Man United. However, on the flip side, I also understand that a failure for Manchester United is success for Newcastle, isn't it? In the nicest possible way. Manchester United, if they only win a League Cup, it's probably been a bad year. Whereas Newcastle, that's like the greatest year they've had in decades. So I can understand how some players might toil with that. But right now, if you're Sesko, I just don't think Newcastle can afford to lose him. And I think they offer huge wages to get it done. Huge wages. Far more than Isak's on, by the way. Mac D, I disagree about pre-season. I think you see some warning signs from pre-season friendlies. Really? I don't think you tend to see an awful lot. You can't really take too much from a pre-season in which, up to this point anyway, Liverpool haven't really played their first team. There's been no... I generally think in pre-season what you often see is players making a lot of mistakes because they're not fit and they're not sharp. So that's a problem. But they also play a lot of the young kids. They also play players who are looking to leave the club. So like Darwin Núñez has played a fair bit for Liverpool. Elliot, Chiesa, Luis Diaz played a few games. You know, Tsimikas, isn't all these players who are trying to leave the club really. So you can't really draw too much of a conclusion from that, I don't think. You can't draw too much of a conclusion from a group of players who aren't actually planning to play together. Ronnie Dodge, I think it's funny if United do take Sesko because we basically took Newcastle's planned front three. Yeah, that'll be rough. Very, very rough on Newcastle. Caden, what football team do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, Caden. Mac D, Man United hasn't mattered for the last 10 years. That's an entire footballer's career. Joe, Ben Jacobs just posted some promising news on the Wissa saga. What's he said? I mean, I'll go and check it, but I do think that the outcome here might well be that it's Rodrigo Muniz and Wissa, because I still think Sesko probably ends up going to United. The feeling yesterday was that he was leaning towards Manchester United, and that's got to be incredibly frustrating. Well, Watkins again, mate. That's different. Watkins going to Newcastle from Villa. Villa are your closest competitors. Villa would be looking at it as strengthening a rival. So there's no way I don't think that Villa let Watkins go to Newcastle. No way. I would be amazed. Absolutely amazed. Baz, training alone, wants to leave. That's it with Wissa. I agree. No, I agree. I don't see a way back. I don't see a way back for Johan Wissa. I do think he ends up going to Newcastle. As sad as it is, I think player power usually wins. Mac D, if Sesko is smart, he goes to Newcastle. Yeah, I would agree with that. But then again, maybe not. Newcastle seem in tatters behind closed doors. You know, they've not got a director of football. They've got Eddie Howe's nephew running it, or his brother, is it? Like, Eddie Howe is in just total control of the club, and it's all going wrong. Like, I don't really know what Newcastle want or Newcastle fans are expecting. Eddie Howe's got to take some criticism. Has to. Ostermorg, I mean, our second half team versus Milan looked like a transfer list. Yeah, very true. Oh, there you go. Seoul have scored. Would you believe it? What an absolute lovely goal that was, by the way. That was a brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. FC Seoul 1, Barcelona 2. The comeback's on. It was a good goal, that. A great goal. Ball played over to the right-hand side. Whipped across the face of goal. Juan Garcia can't really get to it. Lamine Yamal, he's had a shocker there. See, that's where you end up looking all of your 17 years there. That's where you've got to be a little bit more experienced and switched on. His teammates will be screaming at him there. That's so poor. Just gives the ball away in a dangerous area and they knock it into the box, and it's hell of a finish. Hell of a finish. Just wraps it in past Juan Garcia at the near post. Love it. Pledits, Premier League edits. Do you sell those shirts? No, I don't. Lucas Lambert, a lot of fans at Arsenal v Spurs. Jova J, Barcelona 95-96. I mean, I've got some Barca kits. I have got some Barca kits, but I don't know if I've got 95-96. I don't know. Yeah. Cyclops, which match are you watching, Penguin? I am watching FC Seoul against Barcelona, mate. Ronaldo up front. What about Ronaldo up front? Kane, thoughts on Sesko? I think Sesko. We've just covered a fair bit of it, but I think Sesko. It looks ominous for Newcastle, doesn't it? It looks really ominous. Looks like, for whatever reason, he's prioritising United. But I don't know. We shall see. I still think there's another twist and a turn in that one because United and Newcastle can't afford. Newcastle cannot afford to let United get hold of him. They just can't. They can't. Rio Engamoa, or Rio Enga Messi. Rio Enga Messi would never. Alex, if we sign Isak, I'm scared we'll breach PSR and get a points deduction. Hopefully not, though. Why would you be scared? Have you seen our PSR? Have you seen our accounts? Have you seen our accounts? We're nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near it. Lou, yes, lad, you're watching the Vienna Dedic game tonight, 7 bells. I'm not, mate. No, I'm watching... Well, I have got booked in Una Strassen against Dundee at 6 and then Hibs against Midtjylland at 8. But obviously if if Dundee goes to extra time and penalties, I'm scuppered, aren't I? So I might scrap Dundee. I'll still watch it, but I just won't live stream it. I'll still watch it and then I'm going to do Hibs tonight. I'm going to do Hibs against Midtjylland at 8 PM. Joe, if we don't get Sesko, you're not getting Isak, by the way. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We will get... Listen, we'll get Isak. We will get Isak if you sign no one. Calling it now. We'll get Isak if you sign no one. Because you'll do something... You'll put a Seoul as centre forward, or you'll put Gordon centre forward. You'll do... I'm telling you, there's absolutely no way that fella stays at Newcastle. He doesn't kick a ball for Newcastle again. He doesn't kick a ball for Newcastle again. Not a chance. There's no way. No way. Arsenal's hit the bar. They've hit the bar. Oh, bloody hell. Alex, United have Lilbro, Newcastle all summer. Well, time will tell. Again, time will tell whether or not they actually turn out to be good signings. That's the other question. And Newcastle fans are adamant they didn't even go in for Cunha. But yeah, and Burmo was quite a clear rejection. They've had Javi Simons, Chelsea have kind of pinched him. João Pedro, they pinched him too. So it's not even just United. Chelsea, Liverpool, we came in and took Ekatike. Now we're taking Isak. They've kind of been done by everyone, haven't they? Poor Newcastle. Andreas, it's real that Newcastle will sign Lukaku. Listen, as the window goes on, there's players who become available. Players like, for example, Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus, Newcastle could have. Like that. Tomorrow, they could have him. And I think that's what will happen. They'll go out and get someone. Rather than keep Isak, they'll go and get someone. I promise you. There's no way at all Alexander Isak is a Newcastle player on September the 2nd. Absolutely no way. No way whatsoever. Not a chance. Sean Byrne, how do you think Leeds will do next season? From an Irish White. Leeds, still think you're short a centre forward and possibly short a winger as well. Obviously losing Manor Solomon wasn't great. I don't know if Nonto's Premier League ready. Joel Pirro certainly isn't. So the front three, I think it's still a problem. Nemetcha's not a bad signing. He's he might do okay, but he's not going to be enough to keep you up. You're going to need some goals up there, and I still think Leeds are short a striker. Right now, hand on heart, I have got more faith that Sunderland stay up than Leeds right now. But Longstaff is a very, very good signing. I think Bornau is a very good signing. I think Bijol's a very good signing too. And And I tell you, might surprise quite a few as well, is the goalkeeper, Perry from Lyon. He was brilliant at times last season for Lyon. So, yeah, he will be, I think he'll be quite a good signing, quite a reliable one for you. But you're definitely missing a couple of others in that attack. MacD, many will not agree with me, but Newcastle should go all out and get Jackson as well. You're not going to get Sesko and Jackson. You're not going to get Sesko and Jackson. Come on. There's no way you get Sesko and Jackson. You need to get one of them, of course. But if Sesko chooses United, then yeah, Jackson's available. Maybe Darwin Núñez. I don't know. Darwin Núñez has been linked with Juve this morning. Kane, how's it going, Kane? Kieran, have you watched any of the United pre-season games? Yes, I have. Yeah, watched a fair few, but mainly only like the extended highlights and stuff. So I watched the extended highlights last night, and they were impressive. They were impressive, but admittedly, I think Bournemouth have been pretty poor themselves. And as Iriola said himself, I think you said it, didn't you? I think he's quite concerned about where they are in their preparations physically and everything. I just don't think Bournemouth were way off it against Everton the other day. Way off it against that. And if you ask any Evertonian, ask Everton fans. Everton have been dreadful in pre-season. Absolutely dreadful. And Bournemouth were probably the worst side against them. Certainly in the first half the other day. I watched that one. So, yeah, I don't think you can put too much stock in it. Put it this way. I think if you win a pre-season game or you lose a pre-season game, you've got to have a pretty relaxed attitude to it. Random Geordie, Newcastle thoughts. We've done quite a bit of Newcastle. Kane lost a lot of key players. Bournemouth, it's sad. Yeah, 4 out of the back 5, and that's probably the issue, isn't it? They still need to get a few more bodies in, but they've got a very, very good crop. Their attack and their midfield is fine. Yeah. They just need to sort out Zabarnyi. What's going on with him? Ostermorg, we could do Newcastle a favour and loan them Will Wright and Dans, then take Isak from them. I do think there's a world where maybe we'll lend them Darwin Núñez. I think Darwin Núñez could go there on like a loan with an option or a loan with an obligation. That could be a possibility. As like a backup, an insurance clause. Maybe that's why Darwin Núñez hasn't gone anywhere yet. Maybe. I don't know. Baz, yep, been dreadful, but again, it's only pre-season, just needs signings. That's it, yeah, that's it. There's not really anything you can put. You can't really put too much on it. You really can't. It's not worth it. Lot to change. Thank you for the follow, Clarky. Appreciated. Put yourself, Dylan. Liverpool to win 7-1 in the opening game. Oh, I don't know. Liverpool, I mean, Arne Slot, funnily enough, was talking last night about how concerned he was with Liverpool's work ethic and how he was really quite disappointed with how we were chasing back and all that sort of thing, which I thought was a little bit harsh because we were basically playing on a potato field. It was the worst pitch I've seen Liverpool play on. It's like they were running on a bouncy castle. So difficult for the lads to chase back. So, yeah, I think that was a little bit harsh from Arne Slot, but obviously he's got very, very high standards and that paid off last season, so who am I to judge? Kane, I'm excited for this season because we've been impressive so far. Hope it continues in the league. Well, yeah, this is it. We've seen teams before, plenty of teams, by the way, have wonderful pre-seasons and then shocking league seasons. We've seen teams have wonderful, terrible pre-season and then win everything. Liverpool did it. We've had terrible pre-seasons. I think we had a terrible pre-season last year, and we had a terrible pre-season the year we won the Champions League. So it happens. Yeah, it happens. MacD, 15 days. Well, it's not 15 days, not quite. It's not quite. There's still plenty of other football going on, by the way. Community Shield is the 10th. Crystal Palace against Liverpool. That's on the 10th. And then Palace find out whether or not they are going to be in the Europa League on the 11th. So, still time. Still time. Plus, there's all the Championship footy and all the League One footy and all that. There's loads of footy coming up over the next few weeks. All the Champions League and the Conference League still ongoing as well, by the way. Kane, love United strategy in the window so far. Prem proven players. Do you not think that's just changed so quickly? Like 2 weeks ago, before you signed Mbermo, whenever it was you announced Mbermo, was it like a week ago? It wasn't that long ago, was it? 7 to 10 days, whatever it was. There was riots outside Old Trafford nearly. I can't believe it. Can't believe we're dillying and dallying. We're an absolute joke. We're an absolute circus of a club. Can't believe it. We've got one signing in. We've just come off the back of one of our worst seasons ever. And we've just got one signing in 4 weeks to the start of the new season. Literally, that was like a week ago. Or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, just before you signed Mbermo. It's so funny how it changes so quickly. So funny how it changes. The modern football fan changes like that. Light switch. Seb, how do you watch footy? With these, mate. Like these two right here. It's on DAZN. You can watch it on DAZN. I think it's also on Barca's YouTube, but you can watch it on DAZN. FC Seoul against Barcelona. $27, do you think Chelsea can win the league? No. No, not at all. Kane, people need to realise we're struggling financially and clubs are well within their right to request prices for their players. Yeah. But I feel like they know, don't they? They know not only you're struggling, but like United need this player. So, and I expect, I reckon if you were negotiating with Man United, I reckon you'd look at the past history of signings and you would think, do you know what? They haven't got a shortlist. Because they've got no confidence in signing the second, third, fourth, fifth option, right? I reckon they've drawn up a shortlist of players. They've probably gone, do you know what? We've got five left backs here, or let's say we need not a left backs. They already got left backs, haven't they? we need a centre forward, right? So here's 5 centre forwards we'd like. I reckon if you're a club who gets approached by Manchester United for your centre forward, I'd be naming a price that was like 10% above what my normal price would be, and I wouldn't be dropping an inch below it. That maybe explains why Brentford have been so hard on it, because I would be looking at United and going, you don't want your second choice because you've no faith in that second choice. You'll end up lumbered with them, like Sancho and all these others. You only want your first choice because they're the only ones you've got any faith in. So you'll pay big for them. And that's probably why it ended up dragging out. Kane, apparently we had a list of if we won Europa and a list if we didn't. Yeah. Delap was our first choice striker. Wojciech, hello from Greece. How are you doing? I'm doing good, mate. How are you? Good to see you. 27, why not? They have the confidence after cooking PSG at the Club World Cup and have good signings. I don't think Chelsea ever lacked confidence. And you say cooking PSG like PSG didn't get cooked by loads of teams last season. You know, PSG only just qualified for the knockout stages of the Champions League. Let's remember that. So, yeah, Chelsea beating them doesn't mean a jot, really. They've got some very, very good signings come in, but Chelsea being Chelsea, I still think the defence and the goalkeeper's a massive, massive problem for them. I still think there's a huge issue there for Chelsea. There's just no way. Kane, I'm not sold on Seoul, to be honest. Very high risk for the price. Would rather Mateta or Watkins. Do you know what? Is that not maybe a bit of Moneyball, though? Is that not a bit of like... Seoul's 22. Watkins is 29. They're both probably about 60 million quid, aren't they? So, in 2 years' time, Watkins will be 31. And that's 60 million that he's worth. Maybe it'll only be worth... At 31 years of age, maybe he'll only be worth 30 million. Maybe only 25 million. Who knows, right? But his price ain't going up, is it? If you buy Ollie Watkins at 60 million, that's his peak. He's never going to be worth more than that. Whereas Sesko, if in 2 years' time United decide to sell him, let's say it hasn't worked out, right? If in 2 years' time they decide to sell him, they've bought him for 60 million quid, chances are, at 24... you could probably still get a reasonable fee for Sesko. You could still get maybe 50 million, even if it's gone really bad. You could still get a chunk of your money back. Look at Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez was exactly the same. We signed him for 70 million at 22 years of age, and hey presto, he's now 25. I don't think he's been terrible at Liverpool, but at 25, I think we could probably get 50 or 60 for him. Well, that seems to be what we're looking for. We rejected 70, didn't we, in January from Saudi? So 50 to 60, I think, for Darwin Núñez will claw back some of that. Stanley, I was watching Man United Bournemouth last night. I couldn't sleep watching Man United. Made me sleepy. Fatboy 007, why don't Liverpool do a swap Osimhen for Núñez? I think they tried that, to be honest. I think that was debated at some point, but it just never really got taken seriously, I guess. There was rumours Liverpool and Osimhen. And Núñez certainly was planning to go to Napoli, but I don't know if it was wages, I don't know if it was the transfer fee, I've no idea. Kane, look at what happened to Rasmus. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough, but I mean, Rasmus, I think, is the anomaly. Rasmus is the anomaly. There's not too many. In fact, I would argue Manchester United have probably found the very few anomalies that you can pay 60, 70 million pound for, and the fall off has been absolutely gargantuan, hasn't it? It's been huge. Like Rasmus Højlund, you paid 70, was it 77 you paid for Rasmus? And he's so poor. He's so poor. Seoul in behind here, they couldn't, could they? They can, it's 2-2! Oh, 2-2! Get in there! 2-2! The Koreans, they're back in it. They're back in it. Jesse Lingard giving it the old, giving it all that stuff. Kane, I must say though, Rasmus looks impressive playing on the shoulder and then in front of the defenders. Gabby's, what's the score? It's 2-2. Seoul 2, Barcelona 2. Chimey, we have to constantly threaten our owners in order for them to fix things. Yeah, fair enough. It's a great finish, that, wasn't it? Really good finish. Yeah, I've got Seoul and Barcelona on, Matt. Fatboy 007, Everton need players for now, not in a few years. There's potentially 5 players in the mid-30s in the lineup. Everton are really in trouble. David Moyes has been saying repeatedly that he's frustrated with the amount of rejections. Just really frustrated. And it feels like they're targeting players well above their station. Now, I know that's not necessarily something that Everton fans want to hear, and in many ways it's ambitious, isn't it? That they're going for players that are really good, that could definitely improve the side. But if Everton are going knocking on the door of, say, Malik Fofana, and they're going knocking on the door of Assane Diao at Como, those players have really top teams chasing them. Like Malik Fofana wouldn't look out of place at Liverpool or Bayern Munich. So it's surprising. It's really surprising that Everton are going for him. Like, it's nice. I'm sure Everton fans looked at it when Romano reported it and went, yes, get in. We've got a real chance of getting him. But then it's no surprise that those players are probably saying to Everton, well, look, I mean, we're waiting on other things happening, and, you know, if it happens, if we, for whatever reason, it's 3-2, Lamine Yamal's just smashed it in on the counter-attack, driving forward, cuts in on his left-hand side, and rattles it into the corner. Second of the game for him. He's some player, this kid, isn't he? I know it's FC Seoul, I know, but still some player. Kane, Lenny Oro looks good value, and Dorgu, my two favourite players at the moment. Collier would be a good signing for Everton. I think Collier starts more often than you might think for Man United, or at least gets more minutes than maybe you might think. I think he might end up being more like a Fletcher type of player that just kind of fills in everywhere. Good young player, Collier. Mackie 94, I hope Everton go down. They've avoided relegation for years. Baz, at least he's being honest though, stating we're in trouble instead of saying we're looking good. But do you know what? Is that not a little bit of, I guess, like almost what Sean Dyche was talking about? Sean Dyche spoke about this stuff at length, didn't he? Forever saying how bad the club was at getting players in and how frustrating it was, and like maybe now we're seeing a little bit more of that. That actually it wasn't Sean Dyche, it was David Moyes. It was Everton Football Club, and now David Moyes is dealing with it as well. But Everton are really, really struck. I called them. This is weeks if not months ago. I said I still think Everton will be a real risk of going down, and I was laughed at. I had Everton fans in the chat saying we're going to get Europe this year. They're so far off it. They've got a paper-thin squad. If they get some big signings in, then maybe that changes. But it's not going to change if they keep targeting players who are, with the greatest of respect, well above their station. Well above it. Kane, I like that Rio that's on the wing for Liverpool. Would love to see him get more minutes. I still think he gets maybe only a few bits and bobs in the cups, but nothing serious. Okay, half time here in Korea. FC Seoul 2, Barcelona 3. Plenty of goals in that first half, and you'd have to imagine if Marcus Rashford comes off the bench that he'll get a chance. He maybe get a few opportunities to get his first goal for Barca. Baz, yeah, but Dyche can say that yet played horror football. Moyes plays appealing football. Appealing football's probably stretching it. It's probably not as bad as Dyche. I'll give you that. But he's not. It's not good. It's not easy on the eye, you know, with David Moyes. Chimey, this is looking like a 6-3, 7-3 type of game. There's going to be plenty more goals in this, isn't there, mate? Definitely. Clarkey, Marcus Rashford against his former teammate Jesse Lingard. Yes, yeah. That's what my thumbnail is on YouTube. Bars, yeah, not good football in terms of people tuning to watch it. Should have clarified. No, but it's better. I mean, it's certainly more. It's winning football, isn't it? I listened to the lads on Toffee TV, Ped and Baz, and they always said last season quite frequently that when you play the way that Dyche does, it has to be winning football, doesn't it? Or it has to be at least successful football, you know, not relegation football. It has to be football that gets you to a point. And it wasn't, and that was the issue with Sean Dyche in the end. That it kind of was awful to watch, but it wasn't getting him the results. At least with Moyes, I still think there's an element of pragmatism to it. I still think he's maybe not quite easy on the eye. They're still quite slow and lethargic. And maybe that is because of the players they've got. Maybe he's limited and bound by that. But yeah, there's a limited amount that Moyes can do about that. But he is at least getting him further up the table. D28, Stoke make a £3 million bid for Thomas Rigo, plays in the Czech League. His team are in the Conference League too. Interesting. Gabby, Jamal will not be a GOAT with so much game time on a young age. Yeah, it might be like Michael Owen in the end. Ostermorg, the Pigeons just missed a sitter. Has he really? It's on Arsenal TV, isn't it? And Spurs TV, or We Are Spurs TV, whatever it's called. Rasmus Højlund wants to stay at Manchester United at all costs, apparently. There's no way he leaves the club this season. Interesting. Makes you think then. Makes you think. If Rasmus Højlund's staying and Xerxes is staying, and they've got Chido Obi, how on earth are they going to accommodate Sesko when they only play one centre forward? That doesn't make any sense to me. Bars AC Milan 7-0 up versus Perth Glory. Can't wait to watch Oldham against Accrington Stanley next week in the Carabao Cup. Should be great. Have you seen the leg tattoo on the fella against... There's a Genoa kit that seems to be doing the rounds. I don't know if everyone's seen it. I'll retweet it on my Twitter. Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. There's a guy in the... Oh, it's the second picture. He's got a tattoo of two... It's like a stick man having adult fun, I guess, is what they're saying. He's got a weird tattoo. Go and check it out. The Genoa kit release has a man wearing the Genoa kit in a really artistic pose, and people are really not focusing on the kit. They're looking at his tattoo. He's got a very, very adult tattoo, I guess. Just above his knee. Yeah, that's the one. Mad. Baz, do you think Norgard fits into Arsenal's squad? Do I think he fits into the squad? Yes, I think he fits into the squad, but I don't think he plays all that regularly. I would be amazed if he starts all that regularly. I think it's far more likely that we see a Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard midfield three, which, if I'm honest, I don't think that's a particularly balanced midfield three. I think Zubimendi is as good as he is, or as tidy as he can be as a player. I think he's not Thomas Partey, is he? Ultimately, he's not as quick, he's not as pacey, he's not as energetic. I think that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem for Arsenal that next season. So, it'll be intriguing to see exactly how they fit them all in. I'm really excited to see what they do with Madueke. Really excited to see how they play Madueke, because I've got a feeling he starts on the left-hand side. I just don't see a world where Madueke has joined Arsenal to sit on the bench in a World Cup year. That doesn't make any sense to anyone, does it? Surely that doesn't make any sense to anyone. Madueke is definitely not joining to sit on the bench. No chance. Bars Arsenal will be fun to see this year with the selections and player usage. It will, yeah. I don't really know exactly where they're going to fit all those players in. I really don't know where they fit them all in. Chimey took a crazy bet of over 7.5. I need 3 more goals in this game. Certainly a chance. Certainly a chance. Reece Sesko wanting to go to United. Newcastle are having an absolute howler. It's been a bad summer for Newcastle. And this is it. And you can't really point it out because then it feels like you're being smug. Or like taking the mick and head patting and patronising. It's not really meant to be, at least not in my case anyway. But it's so bad. It's so bad, and I really think it's so catastrophic for him if Sesko chooses United. So bad. Right, well, we're a couple of minutes away from the second half getting underway. I think there was maybe a 5-minute late start. Dallin Doy has signed for Forest. 40 million quid. 40 million quid for Dallin Doy from Bologna. That's good going, that, isn't it? That's not a bad sign, I don't think. Reece, I reckon Arsenal have had a decent window if we do get Eze. Where the pissing hell are you going to put Eze? Where are you going to put Eze? There's no way you get Eze. No way you get Eze. I don't think that happens. I'm calling it now. I don't think that happens. No chance. Play him right back. Tobias Leeds in for Dovbyk. Now that would be an interesting one. Yeah, if Leeds can get Dovbyk, that'd be decent. You certainly need a centre forward. Yeah, Dovbyk's interesting. Wim Malfay, good to see you. Afternoon, Paul. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Excuse me. Be yourself, Dylan. Would you ever consider doing a charity stream? Absolutely, I would, yeah. Absolutely. Paul Hexon, which match are you watching? I am watching FC Seoul against Barcelona. I thought, why not? I was gonna watch it anyway, and I wasn't gonna stream it, but I was gonna put it on, and then I thought, well, I might as well just stream it then. So it's gonna be a bit dead. It's gonna be, a little bit of a quiet stream, to be honest, but it'll be good fun. Be yourself, Dylan. I do a lot of charity work for Cancer Research UK. Nice. You should, well, yeah. I mean, mate, like I said, absolutely, yeah. Let's. If you wanted to, or if you need my help on something, I'd happily do it. Yeah, absolutely. It'd be really good. Yeah, definitely. Paul, Arsenal playing Spurs. Wouldn't that be a better game? Well, maybe. I don't know. To be honest, I just looked at it as, well, there's Rashford and Lingard against each other. I kind of wanted to see how Rashford did. I don't really care about Arsenal and Spurs. There's no one in that Arsenal and Spurs side that I was particularly interested in seeing. I don't know. Leon, Key, right now I'm on a walk while watching your live. It's going to be a good day. Cheers, man. Good to see you. Well, good. Get out and get in your steps. I need to go and do that after this, to be honest. I'm going to go and do a little half hour. Go and take the dog for a walk or something before our 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock stream. Be yourself doing 10k steps a day is good. Well, that's the plan. That's the plan, yeah. Certainly the plan. Shay472, has the Withenshaw Eusebio got on yet? Is the Withenshaw Eusebio Lingard or Rashford? Because Lingard started, Rashford hasn't. No, Rashford's on the bench. Rashi's about to come on, I think, in the second half. It looks absolutely boiling hot there, though. Like, sweltering. Every single time the camera cuts to the stands, they're all just, like, fanning themselves. Okay, Seoul are back out. Couple of changes. Be yourself then, it's 37 over there. My niece has just got back from there. Curtin Seeker vibes, Sampdoria. I've got an old Sampdoria kit as well, yeah. Got the old Mancini. Formal Adrift. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. But we watch everyone on this channel. We're watching FC Seoul against Barcelona right now, and yeah, we watch a bit of everyone. Chelsea have more European trophies than Man U and Arsenal combined. I mean, that's not strictly true, is it? Is it? Is it 2 Europa Leagues? 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Europa Leagues and a Conference League? Is it that? Depends, are we counting like the Cup Winners' Cup? Does it include if you count like Man United's Cup Winners' Cup and stuff like that back in the day? And Super Cups and all that stuff? Because I would find that hard to believe. Oh, we're counting all of them. Okay. Okay. Still don't think you could there's no way you're arguing Chelsea are a bigger club than United, like, but yeah, Chelsea are I do think the time has now maybe passed where Chelsea are a bigger club than Arsenal. I never traditionally would have argued that. Have you seen Peterborough's new badge? I haven't seen Peterborough's new badge, no. What do we think of Peterborough's new badge? I think I'm live for Peterborough in a few days' time, aren't I? I'm sure we've got Peterborough. I'm sure we're watching Posh. I'm sure we've got them. I don't know if we have, actually. No, we've not. Yeah, we have. Cardiff against Posh. Cardiff against Posh. What do you think of the pedestrianisation of this live? Baz, some might say it's a Posh Chelsea badge. Have I got the right badge then? Hang on a second, I'm going to have to check my thumbnail here because I have got... Oh God, you've made me doubt myself now. Right, we're off for the second half here, by the way. Let me have a little look and we shall see if I have got the right badge. Cardiff City against Peterborough. And some people say it's a Posh Chelsea. Peterborough, new badge. They've unveiled their new club crest. Let's have a look. Reimagined. Oh, no. Oh, no, you can't have that. No, that's shocking. That's absolutely shocking. That's dreadful, that. That is a blag Chelsea, innit? It is. It's a blag Chelsea. A griffin with a key. I don't like that. Don't like that. Hey, Tottenham are 1-0 up against the mighty Arsenal. How's that happened? Surely that's a mistake, Flash scores. Surely that's a mistake. Surely there's no way that Arsenal have managed to go behind against Spurs. It's Pape Sarr. Pape Sarr scored. Oh, no, no, no. Get Victor Gyökeres on quick. Get the best striker in the world on. He'll show him. Oh, Shay. Oh, we've done it on Chimey. Do you have any predictions on who you think will be the best player next season? The best player. The best player in the Premier League. I don't know. I don't know. Every time I think about who it might be, like Wirtz is going to have a good season, I think, for Liverpool. But I don't know. I don't know, because it might end up just being like, yeah, the classics, like you've said there, creme de la FM. It could be Palmer or Salah again. It could be. It could be Haaland. Haaland could have a magnificent season. That wouldn't surprise anyone, really, would it? Could be if when Liverpool get Isak starts banging him in, and then all of a sudden, Isak may be a player of the season. Just can't really say. Can't really say. I think Spurs, there's going to be some surprise players in that Spurs side. I mean, someone like Bergvall or Kulusevski, I still think Spurs get in the top 6. Yeah. Spurs in the top 6. Ostermorg, Skelly loses the ball in midfield and Sarr lobs Raya. Oh, hang on a minute. That can't be right, because Miles Lewis-Skelly is the best left-back in the Premier League, I've been told all season. I've been told that there was someone who did, I can't remember who it was, some Arsenal fan, some Arsenal bellwith on Twitter, who said something about who's the best left-back in the Premier League this season. And he went through all these and he was like, the top 3, if you just look at Kirkez, Ait-Nouri and Miles Lewis-Skelly is miles better than all 3. What absolute nonsense. What absolute nonsense Cucurella is at the minute. I believe we've established that. Could be Estevao. Estevao's not going to get a kick. Estevao's not going to... You're trying to sign Garnacho. Garnacho's more likely. Oh, and yeah, there you go, Ostermorg. And David Raya's the best goalkeeper in the Prem as well. Bournemouth on top. Hi, from a Cherry. How you going, mate? Good to see you. Good to have you back on the channel as well. It's a doggy. It's a doggy. It's clearly Mikolenko. What are you talking about? Creme de la FM, no one knows about Chelsea. He's got a foot like a traction engine. Unknown, why is this Isak stuff taking so long? Are we actually going for him or not? I'm so confused. Right. It's very, very easy to understand when you look at it through the lens of Newcastle can't let him go until they've got a replacement. Once you understand that, it becomes super easy to look at. Because literally all it then becomes is, have Newcastle signed a replacement yet? No. Right, well, that's why it's not moving anywhere. Liverpool have agreed terms with Isak. We've agreed verbally a fee with Newcastle. That has happened, right? Don't let anyone else tell you any different. Liverpool have agreed a fee for Newcastle. With Newcastle for Isak. If anyone tries to tell you otherwise, it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Engage your brain. There is absolutely no way that Liverpool have not agreed a fee with Newcastle. There's no way. Absolutely no way. Zero chance of that, by the way. And we know that, I mean, reputed journalists have said that Isak and Liverpool have already agreed terms as well, and a contract length and everything. So given we know all that, then all we're waiting on is Newcastle to sign a replacement. They've gone in for Sesko, he's knocked them back. So it looks like they're going to have to go and get someone else. Marcus Rashford is on here now, by the way. Twisted Fate, big up Key. I know pre-seasons are something to be giddy about, but I'm actually very happy with United's pre-season so far. Shown signs of improvement and actual teamwork, finally. I mean, you've played West Ham and Bournemouth. You played West Ham and Bournemouth. Let's context. LFC Fan 200, the first live I watched of yours was Everton's last game at Goodison. Was it really the Southampton game? Cremdale FM, I've seen the big-eared boys on the Chelsea training ground. You feed beef burgers to swans. Cremdale FM, we've got Hato, he's a beast. Again, he's 18 years of age. He's made an absolutely shocking decision to go to Chelsea. He signed a 7-year contract. Honestly, whoever's advising these players to go to Chelsea, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely mad. Why would you go to Chelsea? 18 years of age, you're going to sit on the bench. You'd have been better off staying at Ajax. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That, for me, is a red flag. And I wanted Hato at Liverpool. But if that's his mentality, that he'd go to Chelsea, I'm sorry. It tells me everything I need to know about the guy. Everything I need to know about the guy. Baz, Sea-Dog, what team do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Baz, Nico O'Reilly, new deal at City. Top player, Nico O'Reilly. Like him a lot. Franco H90, good Spurs goal. That was liquid football. Yes. Love it. Another Partridge quote. Sea-Dog, what's your thoughts on Benjamin Sesko? We've covered a lot of it in the live this morning, but honestly, my opinion is still that I think he probably ends up choosing Manchester United. Yeah. I would be amazed if Newcastle turn it around, because it feels like he's already leaning towards United. But Newcastle can't afford for him to go to United. They just can't afford for it. They need to, whatever it takes. Like, if United are offering him 100 grand a week, they need to offer him 200 grand a week. Like, they cannot afford for him to be there. And Barcelona make it 4. It's a wonderful shot from distance. An absolute screamer from Christensen. He's just absolutely wrapped it in from 30 yards out. Bottom corner, 4-2 Barcelona. And that should put the game back in Barca's hands. Oh, look who it is. Good to see you. Good to see you on the old YouTube. Ostermorg, you mean a 7-year sentence, Key? Twisted Fate, Bournemouth are a team that have beaten Man United a lot recently, Key. Let's not do that. It's a different Bournemouth side, isn't it, mate? You played a Bournemouth side that they've lost pretty much all of their defence. Jamie, come on, Barca, 2 more. Still a chance. Rashi, come on, get Rashi scoring a couple. Be yourself, Dylan. Opinions on Morecambe. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. I like Morecambe. I like him a lot. Be good to get him back in the top flight, but at least in the Football League. Not in the top flight, but back in the Football League. But if they can't get in the National League, if they can't get reinstated, it's a real shambles, a real shame for football. Celtic Gods, I love the green LFC shirt. Oh, this one, the away one from 97 or 98. I love the orange Valencia top. Thank you very much. We've got some very, very nice kits. Hundreds of the buggers. My missus is raging. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Give them away. Do giveaways. Honestly, she's literally going at me every single week. Have you not got rid of them kits yet? Get rid of them kits. Not a chance, love. Absolutely no chance. They're staying. The plan is to slim down enough that I can actually start wearing them. And then I can really start annoying Rory Jennings, because he doesn't like people wearing football kits, does he? Celia, do you have an Olympiakos jersey? I don't. I have a Panathinaikos jersey, though. I don't have an Olympiakos jersey, no. They're not really my... I haven't really got a Greek team, though. So I haven't got any preference. But I love Greece. I'm a big lover of the Greek islands. Ooh, Panathinaikos worst Greece team. I just got it because I like the kit. That was it. I like the kit. I am a football kit connoisseur. I like football kits. So that's all it is. It's nothing to do with the club. Go and get one, Olympiakos, the biggest multi-sport club in the world. Are you really? I didn't know that. Interesting. Okay. Charmy, I was more impressed with Vissel Kobe. I love their defence against Barca. Bournemouth on top. We played easy against United in pre-season. But you were awful against Everton as well, weren't you? Franco, I like the AEK Athens kits sometimes. Yeah, Athens do very nice kits too. Be yourself, Dylan. I would do the watch along with you. Up the knots. I'm excited to see Liverpool play too. Well, let's do that then. Let's do that then. That'll be good fun. We can do that, and we can maybe get there you go, 22nd of November. Unless we draw you maybe in the League Cup. There's a chance it could be earlier. But right now, 22nd of November, Dylan. 22nd of November, Liverpool against Nottingham Forest. At Anfield. That's the first game. We'll do it. Get it in your diary. Get it penciled in your diary. Sorry, Twisted Fate, Curious Key. Are you worried if United do get Sesko? Not because of Sesko, but because then Newcastle may not sell Isak. No, I'm not, mate. I am of the opinion that Newcastle have to sell Isak. They have to sell Isak, and I think deep down, the Newcastle fans won't accept this, but deep down, the Newcastle board and Eddie Howe know they have to sell Isak. They have to sell him. There is no world in which Isak is a Newcastle player on the 1st of September. No world. There's no reality where that happens. If there is, then it's not a reality that Newcastle like. It's not a very pleasant one. Because they then have a really expensive player, a really, wonderful player that they can't play, that's just sat in the stands or sat on the bench. They can't play him. If you've ever, I don't know if you've ever managed a team before, if you've ever managed a team, or whether it's in work or whatever, right? If you've ever managed a team of people before, I don't understand how you can choose people who don't want to be there over people who do want to be there. If you're already Howe and you've got, let's say Newcastle don't sign an Isak replacement, right? But they probably sign a Callum Wilson one. They definitely need at least one centre forward, don't they? They need two. Newcastle fans are screaming for two, not just one. They need two centre forwards, right? They need to replace Callum Wilson and they need to replace Alexander Isak. If they go out and let's say they go and get Wissa. I think they will get Wissa because Wissa is already going on strike at Brentford and that only ends one way, right? So they'll go and get Wissa. There is no way at all that if Wissa is sat on the bench and Asula, young Will Asula, who, whatever you think of him quality-wise, ability-wise, he's working so hard. He had a decent, in fact, he had a very, very good under-21s championship for Denmark in this summer. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. So, for me, Will Asula and Johan Wissa, right? Let's say they haven't got a replacement for Isak and he has to stay. If you've then got Wissa and a Seoul are on the bench, I just don't see how Eddie Howe can play Isak over them. They'll be working in training. They'll be running through brick walls trying to prove themselves and impress the manager. And you've got a player there sat there who patently doesn't want to be there. How can you choose him over them? And what message does that send to the rest of the squad? It's the worst thing you can do. As a manager, it is literally the worst thing you can do. There's no way that they play Alexander Isak. And even if they do, even if in worst case scenario they end up playing him, what sort of performance do you think you're going to get from him? He's just been called unprofessional by all the fans. He's just been told, his manager has just done a press conference where he's basically said he's feigned injury. He's faking it. He's not really got an injury. I mean, that's certainly the assumption, or the insinuation rather, from Eddie Howe. Because he went out publicly, didn't he? Eddie Howe has gone and give a full-on interview where he said, well, I mean, Isak came into training with us and he complained of pain and he left within 5 minutes. We did a scan and the scan came back clear. But he didn't feel like he could carry on, so he went home. And that to me, tells you everything. They scanned him and he came back absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with him. He's absolutely fine. He's training to stay fit for Liverpool. Creme de la FM, I can't stand content on football where the narrator clearly doesn't know anything, butchering names. Yeah, like, the amount of times that happens on, like, TNT. It's really frustrating, isn't it? Danny James, I'm a Liverpool fan, but he could definitely stay. Players have done and did worse and ended up staying. The only one is Harry Kane, right? That's the anomaly. He's the exception, not the rule. There is no way for me where Alexander Isak stays at the club. No way. Newcastle will know how bad, and I think Eddie Howe will know how bad that is. He won't want that hot potato. He will not want it. It's, in 99% of circumstances, when a player says, I want to leave a club, I want to leave. When he says that, he leaves. 99% of the time. Very rarely does it mean the player stays. Danny, we should give him Darwin as part of the deal. I could see him doing well there. I don't know why. He would do wonderfully well. That's why I kind of don't want to give him to him. I think he ends up going to Saudi, sadly. There is rumours with Juventus this morning. But yeah, no, I think he probably ends up in Saudi. Darwin, wonderful player. Celia, what Premier League team do you support? I support these guys right here, Liverpool. Twisted Fate, managing kids is enough experience. Ostermorg, who do you reckon Newcastle get if they can't get Sesko? Maybe a Muniz or someone else. I think Newcastle will show just how desperate they are to get Alexander Isak out of the club. I think privately they wouldn't obviously say this to the fans, but I think they will be absolutely, they'll have conceded. He needs to go. Get him out the club. Just find a way to get him out the club. Let's get some bodies in, right? So I think they'll go for Wissa. They'll get that done. I think they probably do go for Rodrigo Muniz, and then their front two is those two. That would make sense. They might even go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Just to get bodies in, just to get a body in the door. There's no way for me that Newcastle keep him. It just seems so frustrating that they would. Yeah, it seems like they're shooting themselves in the foot. They'd be shooting themselves in the foot. Franco, Newcastle fans must be sick that this is happening. Nobody wants to live in Newcastle. Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, a lot of them live in like in County Durham and stuff like that. Live in nice places. There's lots of nice places around. the northeast, and it's not just Newcastle city centre. It's the same with Liverpool though, really, and Manchester. Parts of Manchester and Liverpool you wouldn't want to live in, but equally some beautiful places around it, and that's where a lot of footballers tend to live. Twisted Fate, they could buy Højlund. Yeah, lots of play. There is lots of players around the Premier League who teams are quite happy to get rid of. Nicholas Jackson could be one. Nicholas Jackson could be one. Darwin Núñez could be one. Yeah, Rasmus Højlund could be one. I don't think it would be terribly surprising if they went after Gabriel Jesus as well, by the way. Gabriel Jesus certainly is one that they would be remiss not to look at. Mike J24, I think Isak might sign with a release clause for next summer. Well, apparently he said last summer that this season was his last. So, as in the season just gone, right? So apparently he'd already notified Newcastle, and it had already been communicated to Newcastle that last season was going to be his last at the club. Apparently that was already communicated. So I would be amazed if he goes again. I would be absolutely amazed if he goes one more year. To me, it just feels like the relationship has disintegrated. Danny James, any news on Gay to us? Not seen anything in a while. I think we're waiting on Palace to secure their centre-back replacement, which is effectively what we're waiting on with Newcastle, isn't it? Liverpool are waiting on Newcastle to sort a centre-forward. We're waiting on Palace to sort a centre-back. Because Palace is slightly different with Gay. Because with Gay, I think he's quite content to wait another year. He'd be quite happy waiting another 12 months because he knows Liverpool will wait and we'll get him next year on a free. So I think Liverpool and Gay are quite relaxed about what happens with that one. But Palace probably do want him gone this summer so they can at least command maybe 30 million quid for him. They could go out and pay. They've bid 32 million euros this morning for Bissek, Jan Bissek of Inter Milan, which would be an incredible signing for them, by the way. And if they bought Jan Bissek for 30 million quid and they sold Gay for 30 million quid, that's a really, really good deal, isn't it? They've done well. Danny James, what do you reckon's going to happen with Konate? Oh, I'm hoping he signs a new contract. Really hoping he signs a new contract. But if he doesn't, then, again, a little bit like Gay, I think we probably would rather sell him this summer. So maybe there's a deadline on it. Maybe Liverpool they've probably set him a deadline. LFC fan, Trent grew up on the same street as my nan lives. Nice. And Twisted Fake Key, I know it's not true, but I've been winding up Arsenal fans about Gyökeres, saying Arteta will have him playing like Højlund, and Amorim will get Højlund playing like Gyökeres. They go on some rants. I mean, Højlund has done all right in pre-season, hasn't he? He's not been terrible. I still think there's a player in there with Højlund. I do. I still think there's a player in there. Maybe not like a world-class player, but maybe like a Darwin Núñez. He could be... Darwin Núñez could be better. Højlund could be better. Gyökeres, I just think that he's never ever going to be the player that Arsenal want him to be. I think we'll find that out this season. Finaldo, what's the score? It is FC Seoul 2. Is it 2? It is 2, isn't it? FC Seoul 2, Barcelona 4. Danny James, I honestly don't think he'll sign. I say let him go now. Well, yeah, let him go now if he's not going to sign. But if it's a negotiation period, you'd be quite happy to keep him, wouldn't you? I wouldn't want to sign any other centre back over Konate. There's not a centre back in world football I would sign over Konate. So for me, no, I'd rather keep him. I would rather keep him. Well, Rashford hasn't really had a kick, if I'm dead honest. Hasn't had a kick. 62,500 here in Seoul. DB, do you think David Moyes will get his 9 or 10 players he wants? Sadly, for Evertonians, sadly, I don't think that will be the case. No, I think there's going to have to be a total alignment again on exactly what an Everton target looks like. They keep, I don't know how and I don't know why, they keep going for players like Malik Fofana and Assane Diao. They're obviously going to be... It's you know, there's other teams that are in for him, and those players are prioritising European football, so they're always going to say to Everton, maybe, but not right now. Like, we're waiting. You're like 5th or 6th or 7th on our priority list. So if all of these fall through, then we'll come to Everton. I don't think David Moyes wants that. I don't like, you know, that's not what you want. DB squad is very, very thin. If you don't go for them, you don't get them. I know, but there's also a limited amount of time in the window. So I understand what you're saying in that you've got to show ambition, you've got to go for the good players, the really good young players. But if you're going for players who are, like, way below your station, they're too easy to get, that's not good. But if you're going for players who are well above your station, and you know, you're spending weeks and weeks and months wasting time, tire kicking, trying to get them over the line, and you don't get anything done, especially when you want 9 players, maybe it's time to kind of just realign and go, well, all right, fine, we'll go for someone a bit different. Rashford! He scored! Hey, Rashi! Oh, it's not. It's Ferran Torres. Oh, it's Ferran Torres. I thought it was Rashford. Oh, what a shame. I thought it was Rashford, but Barcelona have scored a 5th. Barca have got a 5th. I really thought that was Rashford. Cut inside on his right foot and smashed it in the corner. Good goal by Ferran Torres. Another player, by the way. Ferran Torres is another player, I think. If I was Newcastle, I'd be looking at him. Ferran Torres is sitting on the bench at Barcelona. He isn't going to get a kick this season. I'd be going big for him. DB, we got Tierno Barry, who was a target for some big clubs. Well, he was linked with a lot of clubs, but I think, again, if you look at Tierno Barry, I don't think he's a player that Everton are going to start. I think you look at that, you can see that in pre-season already. He's not getting any minutes ahead of Beto. I think it's quite obvious that Beto is still your main centre forward, isn't he? So, yeah, I think Tierno Barry's a player who's going to come in and probably drop in and out of the bench occasionally. I don't think he's your starting centre forward. But yeah, there definitely needs to be some incomings at Everton because the squad is so thin at the minute, and you would say if they can't improve it, they can't get maybe another 3 or 4 bodies in at least. I think there probably is another relegation battle on the cards, isn't there? And it'll be down to the fans to help them pull it out again. LFC fan 200. In my opinion, Konate is one of the best defenders in Europe. Twisted Fate. I'm happy for Rashford. He got his move. He wasn't performing well anymore in the Prem, but he's still one of our own, so good luck to the lad. Yeah, that's fair enough. Charmy, come on, Barca or Seoul. How many? Do you need one more? Is it only one more you need? 15 minutes to go. Oh, I'm rooting for you, mate. I'm rooting for you. N7, Eman Cospo is the best upcoming centre-back. Sold for 700k to Fiorentina. And Noah Davids, Germany, under 19 World Cup player. Sold for 700k to Stuttgart. Get in, 6-2, Chimey, they've done it. They've done it. It's Gavi. Gavi's done it. 6-2. Hey, there you go. Barca. You called it. Well done, Chimey. D28, what do you think of Barca's Kobe Bryant kit they're wearing? Is that what they're wearing? I don't know. I don't think it is it? If it is, great. Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen it. Kit's fine. It's a nice kit. Oh, you still need one more. Oh, I don't know if you're going to get one more. Hopefully so, mate. I'm rooting for you. What odds did you get again? Oh, you've got it now. Oh, nice. Okay, good. Well done. Congratulations, mate. How much did you win? Fernandez has come on for Barca. It was 2.33 odds for over 7.5. And how much did you put on it? Oh, my nose is dead itchy. £233. You put 233 quid on it. Sweet Lord. Good lad. You're a braver man than I. Oh, you put 100. That's better from Barca. Pull back to the edge of the area. Chance. Oh, good. Big save again from the keeper. And 7, we are selling Barca athletic players for peanuts, and we'll be back to 1-in-1 rule, and we'll sign Isaac and Alvarez. That's what Laporta and Deco tell Barca fans. Delusional. There's no way you're getting Isaac. No way. Twisted Fate 100 is still a lot to bet for an 8-goal game. Yeah, well, it is on a friendly, definitely. Definitely. Especially when you've not had word from Tolga. It's all theatre. It's all theatre FC. He messages me loads in the middle of the day as well, you know. Loads in the middle of the day with like random ones. He messaged me the other day. Some Russian game over 2.5 and double chance or something like that, like 1 p.m. Right, Lingard's going off here. J-Lings is going off. He's garbage, isn't he? Oh, we're into the last 10 minutes here now. Last 10. Any more for any more? Can Rashi get on the score sheet? Gerard Martin. The foul just outside the area. Free kick to Seoul. Miles over. Terrible shot. D28, what other games have you got planned for today? We have got 2 games planned for today. We've got well, I don't know if I've got 2. I'm debating whether or not to do the first one. So I've got Unerstrassen against Dundee United. That is a 6 p.m. kickoff. In Luxembourg, Unerstrassen against Dundee. Dundee 1-0 up from the first leg. Problem being, we have got at 8 o'clock, Midtjylland against Hibs. That's at Hibs. Hibs against Midtjylland. So, yeah. Hibs against Midtjylland. That one's 1-1 from the first leg. That one's at 8 o'clock. The Unerstrassen Dundee United game starts at 6. If Unerstrassen and Dundee goes to extra time and penalties, then the Hibs and Midtjylland game is screwed, basically. So I'm trying to weigh up whether or not to do the first game or to just do the Hibs game. I don't know. I'll see. Twisted Fate, Seoul is Japanese team, right? Or am I thinking of someone else? You're thinking of someone else. FC Seoul is a Korean team. Yeah, FC Seoul are 4th in the K-League. Trying to think of who you might be thinking of in the J-League, to be honest. So similar named. There's Vissel Kobe, Kashima Antlers. Sanfrecce Hiroshima, Tokyo. Shonan. Nah, there's not really anyone. There's not really anyone that sounds like FC Seoul in the J-League. Chimey, what are the odds for Midtjylland to qualify? The odds for Midtjylland to qualify was about 1.5. That's what I've backed. I'm sorry, Leon. I have backed Midtjylland to go through. They are, 1.5. So they're decent odds. Very, very decent odds tonight. Leon buzzing for the Hibs game. Hibs game will be better than the Dundee game. Again, I don't doubt that, but I have to decide which. I think I might end up just doing the Hibs game. I think because the Midtjylland game is more, well, it's not more important, but I think it'll be better. What a finish that is! It's 6-3. Seoul 3, Barca 6. That's an unbelievable goal, that. Absolutely incredible finish from the attacker there. Great finish on the counter-attack. Seoul 3, Barca 6. Sync Global, it's Lewis Skelly simply isn't good enough. That cannot be true. The amount of people who tell me he's the best left-back in football. Can't have it. Can't agree with you. Everyone tells me. LW Foot, has Rashford scored? He hasn't, mate. No, he's only been on the pitch in the second half. And he hasn't scored. No, they were 3 up in the first half through Lewandowski and Yamal. And Yamal got 2. And then they've added 3 more in the second half with goals from Ferran Torres, Christensen and Gavi. I know, I was going to say, you literally said 6-3 as well, didn't you? You literally said 6-3. Imagine if you'd have put money on that. That would have been brilliant. Fair play to you, mate. Leon, it'll be a hard game tonight, but I have to back Hibs. Listen, I'm rooting for Hibs. I am rooting for Hibs, but I think Midtjylland might take it. So, yeah, I'm going to cancel the Dundee game. I'm not going to do the Dundee Unerstrassen game. I'm just going to do... I'm going to do Hibs and Midtjylland. I'm going to leave that one. Or am I? I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I can't make my mind up. I probably will watch the Dundee game as well, so I might as well just do it. And then we are live tomorrow as well, by the way, for what it's worth. We're live tomorrow for Luton Town against AFC Wimbledon. First game of the League One season. Luton Town relegated from the Championship last season, relegated from the Premier League the year before. It's been a rough couple of years for the Hatters. So, yeah, they face AFC Wimbledon, who themselves got promoted. So, it's going to be a good game, that, I think. I fancy Luton to maybe take it at Kenilworth Road. So, we'll be watching that one. If you're going to be joining us, give us a like, give us a sub. Chance here for Barca. It's 3. There you go. And it's Ferran Torres. Yet again, Ferran Torres makes it 7-3 for Barcelona. 7-3. Bloody hell. 7-3. That's some going. Ferran Torres. Great play. Really good finish. Been some good finishes in this game. 10-goal thriller. Leon, what's the Luton game on? It's on Sky, mate. And that was a Rashford assist as well. There you go. Rashford assist. And we've got 90 seconds left here now. I think that might just be us done. I think it's Seoul 3, Barcelona 7. Bloody hell, what a game. What a performance. What a team. Robert, how's it going? I'm on my alternative account. I'll be on my normal account soon enough. Nice. Twisted Fate. Spelled Luton very wrong. Fires, how did Rashford do? He's just got an assist, mate. He's just got an assist for Ferran Torres. But he's only been on for the second half. He's away here now, actually. There's a chance for him to score if he gets it right. Rashi, dillied and dallied a little bit too much with it, you know. Oh, he should have just hit that then. He should have just hit that. Callum Coyle, are you doing the Dundee game? I probably will, yeah. I probably will end up doing it. I probably will. If the thumbnail is still there in an hour or two, then yeah, I'm still doing it. I probably will still end up doing it. I am Crute. I still can't believe Marcus Rashford has got his move to Barcelona. Well, he's got his first assist as well. His first goal contribution for Barcelona. He's just set up Ferran Torres for the 10th goal in this game. Seoul 3, Barcelona 7. Marcus Rashford netting an assist. But he's very frustrated there, I think, Rashford, because I think he'll be looking back at that as a chance to have got a goal. And then if he could have left this game with a goal and an assist, that's a bloody good cameo, isn't it? It's a very good cameo off the bench. But an assist isn't bad. He just needs to be maybe a touch more clinical going forward. But that was okay. And I think the referee is not long going to blow up. But yeah, a reminder, if you haven't already, please do give us a like and a subscribe. I'll be live at 5. I'll be live at 5 for Una Strassen, the Luxembourg team, Luxembourg runners-up, I believe, against Dundee United in Luxembourg as well. The away leg. Can Dundee United secure their place in the next round? They're 1-0 up from the first leg, so we're all rooting for Dundee United. And then after that, you've got Dundee United, and then straight after we've got Midtjylland against Hibs. Chimey, Barca is stacked now. Yeah, but they've kind of got the same problem as Chelsea, haven't they? Like, their attack looks quite good, but actually, like, defensively, I still think they look a bit all over the place. They've conceded 3 against Seoul. I think the defence, yeah, I'm just not sure on Barca's defence. I'm not even sure on Barca's midfield. De Jong and Dani Olmo's just not... It's not a good fit, that. It's not a good fit. But yeah, attack-wise, brilliant. There you go. Full-time. Referee's blown up. FC Seoul 3. Barcelona 7. Marcus Rashford getting an assist. Jesse Lingard. I don't think he did get an assist. But a good game. A good game. I enjoyed that. Thank you very much. It was a bit of an impromptu one. I know it was a bit last minute. I know we don't really normally do games like this. And I know it's the middle of a day on a Tuesday. On a Thursday. So yeah. So it was always a bit of a quiet stream, this one. I just thought I'd throw the live on while we're doing it. It's a bit of an impromptu one. Plus, it's always going to be low numbers on a stream like this when they're showing it live on YouTube. On Barcelona's YouTube channel for free. So I'm amazed we got as many of you as we did. So massive thank you for watching. I will see you all in about 3 hours. 5 o'clock for Dundee against Una Strassen. I'll see you all then. Take it easy.